This is Epic Groupcast. I'm Anthony.
I'm Steven.
I'm Jordan.
And I'm Lawrence.
And today we're going to be talking about our favorite films or movies, whichever you prefer to call them.
Feature presentations.
I think if you're a hipster, they're films. Is that correct?
hipster.
Is that
That's
I left my
the
beret home,
true
so-
definition of it. It is a feature. A movie is a feature film.
feature film?
Yes.
Okay. So, talking about our feature films that are mostly on DVD by now. My first one from my childhood was on VHS, if anyone knows what that is. But I loved Gremlins. Gremlins was one of my favorite movies, and I still love it to this day. I'll watch it at Christmas time every year with my kids.
Do they hate it?
No.
Does it scare him?
What's a VHS?
VHS. It was like DVD, but before, and it wasn't round, it was square, rectangular.
How in the world will that fit in a DVD player?
I don't know, it was amazing. I hardly remember. I just know that they tell me that it was on VHS.
Did you have one of those speed rewinders where that's all it did? You popped it in it?
Oh, no, that would have been handy to
The
have.
cool part about VHS is it never forgets where you left off.
That's
That is
true.
Like-
the cool part.
DVD players and Blu-ray players, you put a couple different movies in and try to go back and finish the first one. It's like, I don't know what this is, so
Yeah.
we'll start from the beginning.
Yep.
VHS is just like, hey, cool, we can start from
It's the curse of
an
the
hour and
menu.
3 minutes in.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of main menu sometimes. I'm not a fan of not being able to fast forward through your FBI warnings and all that nonsense. But anyway, so I love Gremlins. That's one of my favorites. Another one of my favorites, which I think everybody loves, is The Dark Knight. We love Nolan films. Everybody loves Nolan films.
Yep.
But I really loved Heath Ledger's performance in that film. I had my doubts going in whenever I heard he was cast. I thought, oh, there's no way, because I had seen him in other films. You know, I had seen
A Knight's Tale.
A Knight's
I
Tale.
like
I've never
Nice
done anything
too.
that dark.
10 Things I Hate About You.
No, 10 Things I Hate About
Not
You.
really,
I
no.
watched that, you know, so I'd seen him. I was familiar with Heath Ledger, and I thought
Brokeback, you love that.
I thought there's no way this
I
guy's going
can't
to pull up the
quit
Joker.
you.
But
There's
again,
no way I'll be able to think of
They
it in
just-
that way after
Yeah.
seeing
Supposedly
Brokeback.
they just released the diary that he was keeping.
oh really?
Yeah.
Does he talk about going crazy playing the Joker?
I don't know. I
Oh.
haven't looked in it yet.
That
I will
Christian
see if I
Bale
can
is
find
so
that.
mean.
He's so mean to me. He keeps trying to stop me.
Earlier today, he yelled at a white guy for like
Yeah.
4 minutes. Well,
So
I mean, that was
harsh.
Terminator, but, you know.
You know he probably did it.
He probably did
Probably.
it.
It's probably
too.
every set he's just like, what are you thinking?
You ruined this.
He's going around
Damn,
calling
what are you
everybody
doing?
immature.
But in that role, I think he did a terrific job, and I did not recognize him as Heath Ledger not one time in that film. I mean, he was the Joker, or at least Nolan's version of the Joker, and that's what I loved about that film. And that's why I had to have it on my favorites. I really like Napoleon Dynamite, and you can make fun of me if you want, but that's got to be on there too. I think it's funny. I think it's a funny movie.
Napoleon Dynamite, to me, is one of those movies that is just so ridiculously stupid that it's funny. Like, I mean, it's supposed to be just absolutely ridiculous. And
See, I know it's supposed to be
I mean,
that way, but I still can't finish.
Yeah, like the first time I watched it, I hated it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I can't bring myself to
man,
finish
that movie
watching
was
it.
bad.
This-
And then the further removed from it I was, the more that I thought back to it, you know, and I was like, after a couple days, I was like, gosh.
Yeah,
You know?
my thing was a friend brought it over to the house one night, and I didn't pay a bit of attention. I had other stuff going on, and then I went back and watched it.
He means he rented it. A friend, air
On a
quotes.
Saturday night, no less.
Yeah,
Did you rewind it before you took it back?
no,
Was that friend your mom?
This was DVD.
Oh, okay. I was just trying. Well, you mentioned sorry.
I know, but I don't know. I don't know that Napoleon Dynamite came out on VHS. I guess it could have, but I honestly don't know. And then I love Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? And
Soggy Bottom Boys.
That's right.
oh yeah,
I like the Coen
Do you
brothers.
know
you
what
two
that's?
are dumber than a bag of hammers.
You know what that's based on?
Yeah, that's the best part.
Othello, or
Odyssey.
The
Odyssey.
Yeah.
yeah,
Honestly.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, which you can see it, you know, if you're
Oh, yeah.
paying attention.
They
for
don't.
it.
Yeah, they don't
Yeah.
like master.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you-
the
you
exact
clearly see
same.
it. But
That just makes you think. I just watched the how Iron Man 3 should have ended. And
You know this is The Incredibles, right?
Yes.
You
This
showed me
is the
that yesterday,
exact-
and I was like, "Oh my god, it is."
Your syndrome.
Your
and
syndrome,
I'm
and I'm Mr. Incredible.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is totally the Pixar movie, The
It's so
Incredibles.
funny
I even have a black friend who has a super suit.
Who has a
Yeah.
super
Fights
suit.
crime.
and helps me fight crime.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was terrific. A little shout out for how it should have ended.
Oh, I like it.
Oh, it's terrific.
Yeah.
That is my favorite movie. The thing I don't like about how it should have ended is they make me feel stupid because I'll sit and
Because you
enjoy
should've liked
movies
it, Yeah.
and then see how all the stuff that they point out about how bad the movie really was, or
Yeah.
all the plot holes.
I watched the other day 100 Things Wrong with The Dark Knight Rises.
They only found 100.
Well, now, okay, some of these they were legit things that were wrong, and others they were just poking fun at. Like,
Right. Now,
the-
I want to make it clear that I am not a fan of The Dark Knight Rises. It's okay.
yeah.
I love The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight Rises is just okay for me. So I want that to be on record. But let's hear what was wrong with.
Oh, like the stupid things were like a pointless cameo here or whatever.
Like Tilk from
Yeah.
Stargate was in there.
Yeah, that
They
was
just throw
funny.
him in for fun.
Apparently Deadshot was in the movie.
I didn't catch that one.
Yeah, they're like random Deadshot cameo, and then like it shows him when he supposedly dies, and like they point out a lot of silly things, which I remember watching it, I was kind of confused, but just usually when I watch movies, I'm like suspension of disbelief. I'll believe anything that I'm supposed to for this.
Right.
But like why he entrusts Wayne Enterprises to a woman who he has no history with,
Right.
like knows nothing about her, has been out of the game for years. Why does he hook up with her? Why does this power get turned out and he like days after he's lost all of his money?
Right.
Where's his bill?
Like
Why-
the day
It
or
was
something. Like, wasn't
seconds
it like,
after he lost
Yeah,
all
it
his
was
money.
oh, he's
power's
pouring
down.
out, better
And
shut his power
Better
off.
shut it
He's
down. He's not
not
going to be able to
behind
pay.
or anything.
And one of my favorite parts was how it shows Morgan Freeman say, well, that bomb's going to go off in 23 days or whatever.
Yeah.
And then 10 minutes later, he's explaining the same thing to Bruce Wayne while they're holed up, and he's like, that bomb's going to go off in like 2 hours.
Well, it
It's
took him
like-
a while to get back to Gotham.
And that was the other thing on how it should have ended Iron Man 3. It's
Yeah.
like, how did you get back to Gotham City, all the way on the other side of the world? I don't understand why people have a hard time understanding this. I said, I'm Batman.
Batman.
I'm Batman.
That's the answer though for Batman. You can
Yeah.
just say that and you accept it because
Really
he's
enjoyed
Batman, and that
Really
makes
enjoyed
that makes it all okay.
that. Oh, man.
But anyway, I don't understand why she just didn't kill him when he was naked. I mean, if you're looking for plot holes there with the Dark Knight,
Oh, because
Rises,
she wants to reinvent
she really drug that out.
Gotham, and same thing with like villain thing. Like they said, they wanted him to see the death of Gotham,
hmm
and if she would have killed him there, it wouldn't have
Had to break
happened.
him down the
And
right
Liam
way.
Neeson's hallucinative joke or ghost
Ghosts
wouldn't
seeing him.
have a good day.
Right. They wouldn't have even needed him for that film. Then after that, I have Tombstone, and that
It's
is.
a great movie.
It is a great movie.
Terrific Western.
I am not a fan of westerns. There are very few western movies that I like, but I love Tombstone. It is a terrific film. Val Kilmer is
Yeah, the
awesome
cast
in
is
that.
just
Yeah, the cast is very, very
outrageous.
good.
Oh yeah.
Billy
I'm
Bob
your
Thornton
Huckleberry.
Yeah.
is great in it. I like
Exactly.
Billy Bob Thornton.
That's old school Billy Bob too, and he was chubby.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, I did like Billy Bob in that. He's not in it a lot, but I liked his
Yeah,
part.
he's funny.
Yeah, he was funny character. And then in the future, I hope to have Man of Steel on this list. I really hope it's going to be good.
I hope it is too. If it's not, it's gonna be a huge letdown.
I'm going to be so sad. There's stuff, I'll see stuff about it, and I'll think, this is going to be the best Superman movie ever. And then I'll see other stuff and think, oh man, they better not do that.
I think it's going to be good. I don't think it's going to be Batman. I don't even think it's going to be
no.
Batman Begins quality. I think
Oh,
it'll
really?
be it'll be very good. I think it'll be a good Superman movie because it's distinctly different from the others.
Oh yeah, and
but I
I've
think
been
it'll
waiting for
be
that.
kind of like, there'll be a lot of flaws with it.
Yeah,
I think there will be.
yeah.
Which is fine. I just want a fun to
Exactly.
watch
Yeah.
Superman movie.
right.
Like,
yeah.
you can't have a Superman movie of a guy who can do everything and not let him do anything. Like
Right,
the
yeah.
other movies have done.
Never punch anyone in the
Yeah.
face. But
I'm
yeah,
excited about so much slow motion.
yeah,
footage.
it's just there's just little story things that I don't know. The trailers and the TV spots kind of ruin it for you. You know, they show
as they
stuff,
all do.
and I think I don't know if I'm gonna like that. But I hope that when I see the whole thing put together, I'm gonna love it. But that finishes off my movie list. So, who wants to go next on theirs? We'll go with Steven.
Okay. I'll do my throwback movies that were also on VHS. We did have a little automatic rewinder thing. It was amazing.
The auto rewind, yeah.
Yeah.
So that way you can just start the next movie.
You had fancy VHS then.
We did.
You had the VHS setup.
Yeah.
It was the
My
hookup.
parents went all out one Christmas. It was pretty exciting.
But
But
VHS went all out on VHS one
that's
Christmas.
right. We didn't
Was
have
it
anything
Best
else.
Christmas
Was it-
ever.
Was it cool and looked like a little car and you put the tape in?
Yeah. You just press it down and that's
It
all
did?
is.
It looked like a car?
Yeah, it was just a single
Oh, I loved those. I
enough
thought
space
those
for
were
the VHS
so cool.
itself. And then,
Yeah, I'm jealous.
And
And then
I wish I
drove
had
away
one.
with your rented VHS. Like,
Yeah.
what the heck?
It took it back to
Stolen.
Blockbuster.
What do I do with now?
That would have been awesome. If it,
Yeah, I
if it
remember
took
like
it back for you after we
Yeah,
rewound
that'd
it.
be big.
That would have been the best.
when DVDs first came out and the video store first got them, they were still sticking the "Please Rewind" stickers
Yeah,
on the
slapping them
DVDs.
on them.
And I'm like, you guys are idiots.
Come on, guys.
America.
Well, maybe that's just, our hometowns.
Could have been, yeah. Just,
Our
Not thinking
idiots.
about it. But on my list, I've got Jurassic Park,
yes.
not 3.
Jurassic Park.
If they do another sequel, I'm not going to watch it probably.
You're not going to
They
watch that?
are.
They are doing another Jurassic
I
Park.
like to think about it though.
It's gonna be a reboot.
It's going to have a surprise dinosaur in it. They're not giving out
That's terrible.
what the
I-
new dinosaur is
I'll
going to be
probably watch
yet.
it and then I'll probably really love it and hate myself for it.
Like the general public has an overall knowledge of the different species of dinosaurs.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, well, we have to know.
Right, yeah.
Like you ask anyone's gonna be like T-Rex, Raptor.
Exactly. Velociraptor.
Yeah, like I'm out already.
Yeah.
Is it the Loch Ness Monster?
I know, right? That's
Bigfoot?
what they'll probably do. They'll take him to
Big
Scotland and
Sasquatch.
then Sam Neill's going to
Is it a woolly mammoth?
Why am I here?
Didn't they finally do pterodactyls in Jurassic Park 3?
They had him
They-
in the first
they had it.
one.
They
I was going to
did?
say, I thought they
Oh,
had it in
yeah,
the
I
second
remember
one.
they
They
showed
didn't
it.
get
They had him
out.
in the second one too, in like the very
'Cause
last scene.
They're in the big aviary or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, dinosaurs. Godzilla too. I put that one on there. I like the Godzilla movie.
Like the new Godzilla?
Yeah, with Matthew Broderick. I
Yeah.
loved it. I
It's
just watched it
not.
once the other
It's
day.
not that terrible.
No, but it's fun for a Roland Emmerich movie. It's
Yeah,
what it is. It's just
true.
Yeah.
I think people were more upset that they changed how Godzilla looked.
right. Well, it's
Right.
just
Because the
nitpicky.
movie is
I don't
not
care.
bad.
Yeah,
Right.
it was
I
a
liked
cool
how he
story.
looked.
I liked it too, but that's not the
I mean-
traditional Godzilla.
Yeah.
People are still mad that Superman's not wearing his underpants on the outside. I mean, people are going to gripe about classic looks.
People
so,
love that red bulge.
Yeah,
This coming from the guy who hated the Mandarin change in Iron Man.
Right.
that wasn't a costume change. That was they erased the character.
Yeah.
Well, they changed the iconic costume of Superman for after 60-some years. 70-some years?
Let's see, it would have been. They changed it around the 73rd, 74th year, something like that.
I wasn't here for the Iron Man review. Did you guys mention the 10 rings and how
Well, they
How
talk
they
about
set-
weren't.
how
he
they
was
set
actually
it up.
wearing the rings, though?
Yeah,
Oh,
that they
yeah.
actually set it up in the first movie. They set up the Ten Rings group in the first movie,
Right.
and then bailed
Yeah,
on
they
it in the
didn't
third
use
one.
it, which is fine. But
But that's all right. But anyway, what else is on your list?
I've got Men in Black. Drop Ben. I've got Independence Day. I like that too.
We're just all Will Smith all the time now.
I don't know what it is, man. It's,
No.
that was back in like the
That was back when
glory
he still-
days.
Yeah,
he still
it
wrote
was.
songs about his movies that he
yeah,
was in.
exactly like Wild Wild West.
I love that movie. I'm sorry.
I did too. Kevin Kline and Will Smith were funny.
I enjoyed it.
I mean,
It
I
was
didn't
so
even
and
saw
Kenneth
that.
Branagh, he's
so
just a
silly.
good villain. He's a cool
Yeah.
bad villain. He was.
I never watched it.
So
You
Men-
lost me at Giant Metal Spider.
Men in Black. I liked Men in Black. I didn't care for the second one as
Yeah,
much.
the second and third one were
So because of the second one, I wouldn't watch the third one.
It was
I
okay.
liked
It was a lot
the
better than I
third
thought it
one.
would be. Honestly,
Yeah, I really liked it.
yeah. I was expecting.
Did
to
you like
really-
Roland?
Maybe better. I mean, I definitely liked it better than 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the best part about that was just like I wanted to see Roland be Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah,
and he
that's
did a
And that's
great
why, yeah,
job.
he did amazing,
Mhm.
because they had him together for No Country for Old Men, obviously not playing the same character, but you got to see both of them in that, and then you see Brolin just pull out this amazing, it's just like seeing Quinto as Spock, it's
Yeah.
like, that's pretty badass.
Yeah, like they couldn't have cast Spock better than him.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
That was perfect casting
Yeah.
for those Star Trek films.
I've got The Way of the Gun, The Fountain and Drive.
I need to see Drive.
See, that's my problem
It's a
with
movie.
these is I like so many different
Yeah,
movies.
that's the trouble.
I literally own thousands of movies.
Yeah, I mean, I
And
can
trying to
go
lower it
from-
down to like a handful of movies
Yeah.
is next to
I
impossible.
mean, I'll go from like the A-Team to like
The A-Team, did you?
I love the A-Team. It was amazing.
Amazing.
I enjoyed
It was.
A-Team.
It
It was
was.
fun. It was
I'll-
really fun.
Have you seen it? Have you
No,
watched
I-
the original
I-
series though? See, that's the problem though. If you watch the series, it's like,
Oh, I haven't seen the movie.
Yeah, it is
okay.
not the series.
yeah, that's the thing. It's like they amped it up.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'll have to check out the movie. I mean, it's
Yeah,
got
it's-
Liam Neeson in it.
Yeah,
So
Liam
all of
Neeson,
them
Bradley
are real
Cooper,
good.
yeah.
Sharky, or what's his name?
The guy from District 9.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's like
kid.
the best.
He's
watch it
awesome.
for that alone.
Yeah.
Oh really?
I mean,
His character's
Yeah,
wonderful.
his character's terrific. I mean, just all the little
Yeah.
things that you hear off to the side that he just says under his breath is so funny.
Yeah,
I mean, he's such a talented guy. He's cool.
yeah, he is. He's doing a lot more movies now too.
He's gonna be sweet in Elysium. He's
Yes.
supposed to be the villain in that. He looks B.A.
Yeah, I saw the trailer for that and it looks so
He's
much
got the
fun.
wicked beard and the sword. It's just like, that's how we do it in space.
Of course.
But that's pretty much for my list.
All right.
Okay.
Jordan, what do you got?
I have weird things that I don't think a lot of people have seen, especially for like.
So Titanic is Titanic on your list?
Titanic wasn't a good movie for its time. It was a really good movie. It was, and you got to respect the heck out of people that can make a movie that people will go out in theaters and see multiple times.
Yeah,
like,
Yeah.
I think that movie was out in theaters for like close to a year or something like that.
Was
They
it?
re-released it too.
Oh, yeah, they re-released
They did
it.
In
re-release.
Yeah.
3D.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everything has to be 3D now.
yeah, you get more money that way.
Of course.
I like movies like 500 Days of Summer and Ruby.
Excellent.
Yes, I love that movie. Ruby Sparks, Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
I love Ferris
That's
Bueller's
it.
Day
A
Off.
lot of fun.
That is a good classic
A lot
movie
of
to have.
fun.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off kind of
Bueller.
bothers me. Like,
Why?
I love the movie. Like, I could sit down and watch it at any time, but I also kind of disagree with the plot of the movie.
What do you
Like-
mean? Skipping school? You stay in school, kids.
Right, like,
Yeah.
oh, the principal trying to catch this kid who's skipping school is the bad guy in this movie,
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
Like, I mean,
But that's the
Principal
silliness
doing
of
his
it.
job.
right, exactly.
Well, because you're supposed to think that this isn't like a random kid that has skipped school. Like, this is a kid that
He's a
is
repeat
constantly,
offender.
he's a repeat offender.
Exactly.
He's
That's
constantly,
why.
like, outwitting
He deserves
the
special
principal and making him look like a fool. And
Well, that is true. He's getting away with it.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's trying
it's-
to disprove
It's not
his
like,
excuse.
yeah, it's not like he skipped school and then he was like, just tells a lie. Like, oh, I was actually here. He, like, outwits everyone
He's a
at all
mastermind.
times. So he wants to catch him and finally prove that he's,
It was even on TV. I mean, he was at a baseball game, I think, and he sung in a
Yeah.
parade.
That
yeah.
So,
wicked leopard print vest.
oh yeah, you
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
have that.
I like the little trilogy that Edward Wright is trying to make, or is making, with like Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz. Love those movies, and
I think The World's End looks
World's
awesome.
End.
it does. It looks
hilarious.
really, really good.
Oh my
yeah.
god.
Yeah.
Like, Hot Fuzz, I did not like near as
Really?
much as Shaun
I
of
had
the
to watch
Dead.
Hot Fuzz a couple
I
times
like
before I got
Hot
that.
Fuzz more
But
than
I
do
love
Shaun
Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah.
Hot Fuzz is
It
fantastic.
just got ridiculous. Like,
Simon.
all of a sudden, it's like, and now firefight.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like,
but that's the point.
I know,
Like,
I
making
mean-
fun of like
Exactly.
buddy action comedy
Yeah.
movies that are
Like, hey, Sylvester Stallone, check this out.
Yeah.
Simon Pegg
Right.
style. That's why it's amazing.
Yeah.
there's so much
It's
about
definitely
that.
funny. It's just not.
Yeah.
I didn't find it as funny as Shaun of the Dead.
But I love how like the entire time the movie is trying to make it like intense. The whole like
So normal things.
yeah, normal
Right.
things. Just like that's so much fun. Oh gosh, so much. I'm trying to think what else. I liked the original Hangover.
Is that something that went on too long? Is it?
I think
just
it
should have
was.
stuck with one.
I think it was. Like, Lawrence and I were talking about this before we started recording, about how I'd like to see the third one, but I'm not, like,
They wrap it up pretty good.
do they?
They wrap it up. It's not as like over the top dark as the second one was, because I thought they went
The
down some
second
real
one was
dark
very
paths in that
dark.
one.
Yeah.
And I really didn't enjoy it. But the third one, I
either.
think they wrapped it up and they kept it at an even
Light
playing
and
field.
funny.
It was really funny, but they tied it up real well in the end. I thought.
Okay. I'll have to watch
You should
it.
check it out.
But I'm really, I love big blockbuster movies as well as, like, the little independent ones. But
Yeah, I think there's a love of big films here. in
There's
this group.
yeah,
There's
very
America
few.
too.
Yeah, that's why they build them. That's why they make them.
Right.
yeah. There's
They
very
don't-
few movies that I wouldn't enjoy.
They don't even have to be good when you get to the third one. I mean, just look at Iron Man and Batman. People still shell out
Spider-Man.
tons of
See,
money.
I did
oh,
not
and yeah, the
hate.
third
I
Spider-Man.
thought Iron Man 3 was good.
I didn't hate it. I liked
was fun.
but-
Like I like.
It was a fun
I like
movie.
all three of those movies. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
Iron Man 1 was.
I really like the
was
second one.
really
Really a lot of people
good.
didn't like the second one.
Yeah, Iron Man 2. I mean,
I thought it was
other
good.
than the fact that Terrence Howard wasn't in it, I mean, I
Like,
love
you know,
Don Cheadle.
Yeah, exactly.
But-
Yeah.
Don Cheadle. Was
But
fun.
like, I just hate when movies do that. Like, let's replace one of the main characters and not even mention it.
Right.
Like
yeah.
pretend like it's the same
they-
guy.
They kind of do. He says, "It's me. I'm here. Deal with it." In the second
Yeah,
movie, the
that's
first
right.
time you see him,
Yeah.
they do. There's a slight joke there, but for the
Yeah.
most part, it's ignored.
So what do you got?
I've got a bunch of movies.
What's on
We're
your
gonna be
list?
here the rest of the
The
day.
rest of the day, I'm just gonna keep talking until you guys shut me up. Since we're on this old movie kick, I threw Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on my list.
Time travel.
You want to know what my favorite part? Is just the first one or all of them? Or
Well, I just put the first one. I've seen the first one. Actually, I've probably seen the second one more than
Yeah.
any of the other ones because as a
the second
kid,
one's fun.
we used to watch Secret of the Ooze all the time, me and my friends. But I
Token Razor.
love the first one. And the third one I liked. I just didn't like it as much as the first two. It was silly and
You know, my favorite part about the first movie is the opening scene where there's a turtle skateboarding in the sewer, and all you see is his legs on the skateboard. And every once in a while, you can see the dude's arm, and he's not in costume. You can see his bare arm skateboarding. I love that about that film.
That's amazing.
Those films are not made very well at all.
no, and they were put together fast too. They released them
Yeah.
like back to back. Just
Have you seen anything
I liked
on the
the
new,
costumes.
I have
the new TMNT?
I've purposely been avoiding any news on the new one. Like, as soon as I found out that they weren't mutants anymore,
They
I
fixed
kind
it.
of quit reading everything about the new movie.
They fixed it. Like
They
it's
say they fixed it.
yeah, they've addressed it's pretty much the same concept. Ooze makes them.
Yes.
mutant.
Michael Bay said that he was misquoted and didn't
Yeah.
bother to correct it. Whatever. He
Yeah.
got so many threats
Yeah.
from fans about not going to watch the
Pretty much.
movie that he changed things and had to do some backpedaling.
Yeah, I've
But-
seen pictures of one of the guy who plays Raphael. I've seen pictures of him in like his green screen suit.
That gray suit with
Yeah.
the giant shell on the back of it.
Yeah,
Those shells look huge.
yeah, they are.
If you take a look at
They're
the
giant.
pre-photos, the pre-CGI.
Yeah.
And who's not excited about Megan Fox as April O'Neil?
Raising my hand. Raising my hand. I don't want-
Yeah, they could do
I
without
don't
Megan
want-
Fox in every film. Just forget
Yes.
about casting her for any role.
I don't think she's that bad. I like her.
Really?
I mean, have you guys seen How to Lose Friends and Alienate People? I
Yeah.
loved her in that movie.
Yeah,
Like,
Because I think she
I mean-
played herself.
Well, no, she played what people think she is. I think.
She
I mean,
was, have you
I
seen
don't
This
think
Is 40? She was good in that too.
I saw part
She had
of
a
it.
small part in that, but she was pretty solid.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move on. I tried to just get a broad list of movies here. The next one I have is The Prestige.
Oh my gosh, yeah, Nolan.
Back
of
to
course.
Nolan.
That's all.
Yeah,
Memento.
Yes.
I love Memento.
Memento is a good movie.
Memento is fantastic.
Guys,
Definitely when you just sit down and pay attention.
Yeah, you can't do anything else. You have to focus.
Memento and Fight Club are two movies that are amazing
Yeah.
to watch the first time and even better to watch the
Yeah,
second
exactly.
time.
Yeah,
Because you're looking for stuff.
but The Prestige. I mean,
I
I can
love
watch that movie over
Yes,
and
there's
over
another
and
one.
over again.
Second time you watch it,
I've probably
it's
seen it
so much
15
better.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. Again, you guys are gonna make fun of me for this one, but I put Pitch Perfect on here
I
because
won't make fun of you. I
Love
love
that
it.
movie.
I love it. It's funny. The singing is actually good, even though at the same time they're kind of making fun of that kind of
Yeah.
singing, And any movie that kind of makes fun of itself as it goes, I
Yeah.
usually kind of like.
I'm gonna have to check that one out because I know you and
You
Steven
should.
both have really been
It's
on
funny.
the Pitch Perfect.
It's so much
bandwagon
fun.
for quite
Well,
some
it's
time.
like, let's take the Glee formula and then make fun of ourselves. And that's why it's
Yeah.
amazing. Because it's like, we're not all serious like Glee, who just sells out all the time, but we'll do
That's
good
true.
songs and then we'll also be like, hey, we're over dramatic.
Yeah. And Adam Devine, is that right?
Look,
Yes. Yeah, from Workaholics.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's
They were in.
Him and Rebel Wilson.
That's
just-
right.
Those two together are great.
Did you see the Workaholics guys were in Arrested
Arrested
Development?
Development, yeah. They were funny
They
too.
were all really good.
We don't even give away Honey Nuts or whatever it was. You think we're going to give you a magazine?
Yeah.
The next on my list is Cabin in the Woods, kind of a sci-fi comedy thriller horror.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a
messed up movie.
it's a
Action.
it's a meta horror
It's
movie.
it's a little bit of everything, and I thought it was well done. It made me laugh a lot,
yeah.
and it was, the sci-fi was kind of funny. Even every time that it cut from the kids to the factory, like I just lost it. I mean, it was just
It's
every
always
one of
good.
those scenes was great. Like
Yeah.
when they've got what's his name, Zebekiah or whatever on speakerphone,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Am I on speakerphone?" He's like, "That's so rude. I don't know who might be in the room." It was just hilarious. And then later on, when they're dancing and everything, I don't know, just everything
Basic
about that
human
movie
needs
was
disgust
great.
me.
Yeah. Next on my list, a little bit more serious, is Pulp Fiction.
I don't know if you can call that movie serious.
It's right. It's
There are moments that are so wonderfully.
yeah. It's I like
Crazy.
it. I love the dialogue in it. Just
Well,
like
that's
most
Tarantino.
Tarantino movies, is he's
Yeah.
very dialogue heavy.
Yeah.
But one thing that always kind of bothers me about Tarantino movies is that it's not like realistic dialogue. Like you and your friends
yeah.
don't sit down and have the discussions that the people in Tarantino movies
Yeah.
have.
It's like
I
fencing
don't
with
know.
conversation. It's
I don't know, the beginning of Pulp Fiction, or not Pulp Fiction, but the beginning of Reservoir Dogs when they're having the
We're
conversation.
talking about Madonna and
about
stuff?
Madonna.
No, that's
No, no,
not
no.
organic at all.
Okay, how many times have we been sitting around and we just talk about a certain movie or aspect of a movie or something like that, and we get into like extreme detail about it?
I think that
I think it happens.
That's what's led to this podcast is us sitting around talking
Yeah.
about
I'm still
random
with Lawrence.
things.
I feel like it's a little too.
Little forced.
It's,
Yeah,
it's,
it
you
is.
know,
It's forced in
Oh, I think
a
it's
way.
Don't get me wrong. I
Pretty-
love listening
It's
to it.
good, yeah,
mean,
I enjoy it.
Inglourious Basterds,
And really, like, the points he brings up, I'm like, yeah, I see that.
Well, like, I think
But-
the biggest reason I like his dialogue writing is that it feels really organic and smooth when he does it. It's never
Yeah. It's
like
not
you may
choppy.
think that it's a very like that's a conversation that no one would really have, but
Mhm.
it's not so unbelievably far fetched that you're like no one would ever talk about this. He would never say that.
Right, I believe it's totally possible, and I believe that, like, Tarantino and his friends probably have had that conversation,
Yeah.
but I don't see the people from Reservoir Dogs having that
Yeah.
talk, you know,
Okay.
like,
Okay.
that's my thing
okay.
is,
Yeah,
the
okay.
conversation could be a real conversation, just not with those characters.
All right,
Yeah.
that I get.
I get you.
Yeah.
I get you.
And speaking of dialogue, I always love the dialogue in Kevin Smith movies. The ones I specifically wrote down here to talk about are Mallrats and Clerks 2.
Nice.
Although I love every single Kevin Smith movie ever made. But
I like them all except for Cop Out.
Cop Out, which he didn't write.
Yeah.
So you can, I mean,
Yeah.
but I liked it even. I thought it was good.
I like a lot of Kevin Smith films.
Yeah.
He's a good writer, and I'll agree with you on the dialogue. There's a lot of good
I
dialogue
like-
in Kevin Smith movies.
I think the biggest thing I like about Kevin Smith is how much he embraces his audience and community and
Mhm.
wants to get as much of his stuff out there to them in various ways.
Yeah.
Yes. I
Like
do
all of
love
his
that.
podcasts and small, like,
Sir,
Even merchandise.
the
Like,
Smodcast Internet
yeah,
Radio.
like one thing I want to point out the fact of they have Smodcastle in Los Angeles, which is like a little mini theater that people can rent out from him and record podcasts, and people can sit down and watch it.
Mhm.
Like that's awesome.
That was awesome.
Yeah, like that's
Well,
really cool.
He did a college tour. Did an evening with
Oh, he
Kevin
does.
Smith.
He does
I know he's
tours
done
like
multiple.
every year.
But the DVD, I think it was the first evening with Kevin Smith. Someone asked him about a drug dealer membership card that was in one of his films, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Yeah,
He wanted the card, and now you can buy that card from Kevin Smith.
that's
You know,
funny.
a fan asked for it, so now he made it available for us.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's really cool.
I mean, Clerks 2. I love Elias. I love Randall.
Yeah.
Like those two together. And I've been listening to a lot of Smodcast lately. And I'm getting so pumped up for Clerks 3. And the newest one he's talking about, or maybe not the newest one, but the one before he's talking about, he was writing dialogue for Randall and Elias. and I'm like,
There we
that's
go.
going to be so
It's gonna be
good.
good. Yeah, it is.
I'm pumped for that. And Mallrats, I had to put that as my Kevin Smith movie just because it's what originally made me fall in love with Kevin Smith movies. I watched
Lee
Clerks when it
is
first came
awesome.
out, but yeah, Jason Lee just did it for me, and he
Yeah.
kept bringing it back, and I love Jason Lee in anything. So,
See, I think the conversations that they have in Mallrats about like comic book characters would be something that you and I would have conversations about, Anthony.
Oh yeah, oh definitely.
right. Brody, definitely a little bit obsessed, but
Yeah.
but yeah, like totally conversations that people would have. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
At least
fans of
those
that kind of thing.
those people would be having those
Right.
conversations,
Yeah.
not people about to cut off someone's ear and dance around with it.
Yeah.
Right.
Those- that fits a little better
Exactly.
because he's
Yeah.
actually a
That's
comic
such a
book
great
fan.
scene, though.
That was all ad libbed. The whole
Yeah.
yeah, that
Yeah.
wasn't scripted.
Right. The next movie, definitely a comedy also, is Anchorman.
Kind
I
of.
put down. Kind of a comedy.
Kind
Kind
of.
of funny.
Yeah.
More of a documentary than a
Yeah.
comedy.
It's a period.
About a newscaster.
It is a period piece. Yeah, yeah. You got Jack Black in that film
Yeah.
briefly.
What do you love?
We rewatched it again like last week or so,
Mhm.
and it's still super fun to
Yeah.
watch just because it's so silly and over the top.
Oh,
and
definitely so.
The man
Yeah.
punted Baxter.
I'm in a glass
characters are
cage of
wonderful.
emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pumped for part 2. And the last one on my list is the original Matrix movie. I mean, the
Just-
only Matrix movie. Those spin-offs don't really count in the
Oh,
Matrix
the
movies.
spin-offs.
But Matrix, the original Matrix, was so good. I mean, I was just blown away
For
when I first
1999,
watched
it
it.
was the bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
amazing.
It was. It was. It's definitely a movie that. It's a great concept, but unfortunately, I don't think it will age well.
You know, when we went to see the second Matrix film,
The
I
first spin-off.
yes, the first spin-off. When we seen the second Matrix film, and they get out of the Matrix at the end, and they're running from the Sentinels, and Neo stops, and he says, "Wait, I can sense them," and he turns around and shoots lightning at it or whatever, drops the Sentinel. A friend of mine, his name's Jeremy, he was talking to me about that scene, and he said, "I think the reason why he's the one is because he realizes that they're still in the Matrix. Both worlds are the Matrix. And they just let them think that they're free." And then when the third movie came out, and that was not the case, I realized that he had come up with a better ending
Way
to the
better
trilogy
solution
to that.
than,
Yeah.
than what
Yeah.
it really was.
He
Nope.
inceptioned
Yeah.
the Matrix. That's what he did.
Instead, he just, for some strange reason, has superpowers now.
I
Shoot
don't-
Right, yeah,
lightning.
that doesn't make sense.
I can't remember how did the third one end exactly. Like
he died? Like
He-
he
yeah.
became Jesus.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
did
he got blinded by
Yeah.
Smith, who had
Right.
taken over
and then
a
him and
human
Smith had
body.
to cancel each other out, basically,
Yeah,
for the program.
because
oh okay.
Yeah,
that's what happened. It
He had to
to be a whole
sacrifice by
total crash.
killing to kill.
Because
They
he
were
was the
exact
one.
equal.
Yeah.
he was the one, and Smith had established that he was the opposite.
The opposite, yeah.
So he was
Opposite.
negative one.
Yeah.
So they canceled each other
And then they
out.
restarted the Matrix.
Yeah. I could have done without anything past the first film, I think.
Plus Colonel Sanders was in it. And
Colonel Sanders
big
was
KFC
in it.
tie-in.
That's right. We like chicken.
I
That's
am
not
the
as bad
Matrix.
as the Subway
Okay,
tie-in with
we'll
Chuck.
Have
we'll
some biscuits
restart-
and gravy.
We'll restart the Matrix, but I want a KFC on every block.
I don't
That's
have
why
that from
everything tastes
Starbucks.
like chicken. They mention it in the first
Right,
movie.
that's a good point.
Maybe the Matrix gets it wrong. Maybe
That's-
everything didn't taste like chicken. Oh, well, it does because Colonel Sanders is the Matrix.
Yep,
That's
he's
right.
the architect.
He designed everything to taste
No.
that way.
That's a movie they had to change the Oracle. How did you deal with that?
I didn't like it.
Really?
I mean, they kind of
They,
explained
yeah, I
it a
was
little
gonna say,
bit.
they at least
but
explain that.
They
yeah,
address it.
They address it fine.
Just whenever they're just like, you're supposed to accept it. It's
No.
when it bothers me.
See, he's pretending that the other two didn't happen, so he doesn't
Yeah,
care.
yeah,
What's the
so it's
spin-off?
like, yeah.
What's
Right.
second Oracle?
So-
Yeah.
There was
I
just
remember
the
the
one.
first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the first one is
What
a
is
terrific
this?
film.
What is this Jesus you speak of in the Matrix?
Yep. Matrix
It ended
Jesus.
at one. It ended at one. That's all. He flies at the end of the movie, and that's all you need. You're done.
Like in your mind, the Matrix is just like the origin story of Superman. Like,
Kind of, yeah.
okay.
He does some, telephone booth changing.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's all good. But that concludes your list, right?
Excuse me.
Was he
Yes.
calling the Matrix at the end? Like, was he calling the robots?
He's
Like,
calling
hey,
the program.
I understand how to mess around in your world that I have to plug into a computer for.
I know your phone number now.
Yeah.
I'm going to order pizzas and send them to your
One thing I
house.
never got about the Matrix is like they get out of the Matrix, but then they get into the Matrix. Like, why can't like the robots like trace their feed?
Oh, they're
Right.
super good hackers, apparently.
Yeah. Like, what I want to know is,
I don't know.
whenever agents take over people's bodies and make them do whatever ridiculous stuff, like when the agents leave and those people are put back in their bodies or whatever, like, are they just like really sore the next day? Like, oh
I've
man,
been doing some running.
I don't know what happened
It's burning my
yesterday.
thighs.
Well,
What's
Everything
going
from
on?
3 o'clock yesterday to 9 o'clock yesterday, I don't remember at all, but
Yeah.
I am sore.
That's what I was wondering. Do they start back over where the agent ended them whenever they or entered their body? Is that where they begin again in the Matrix, or do they begin later on after the
Right,
agent's
like when the
done?
agent's
Maybe.
gone.
And
Maybe
they're like,
every
well, how
time
did
we
I get
sleep
here?
or we black out, we are being controlled by agents of the Matrix.
That could be. That's very deep.
Maybe
That's
this
why it
is.
That's
like-
why.
Yeah.
That's
I
why
like to
that
think of
hurts
it more
the next
along the
day.
lines of Dark City. Like, have you guys seen Dark
Oh
City?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
Where every day you wake up, you might be somebody else.
Yeah.
Like, this may be my first day as me.
Yeah.
that is a good one.
Now, would that be one of your films? Is Dark City one that
I
you're-
love Dark City.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really good movie. And every time I think of Dark City, it makes me think of The Adjustment Bureau. Have you guys seen it? Like, I really thought The Adjustment Bureau was going to be the same as Dark City.
I like
You
The
know, when it came
Adjustment
out.
Bureau.
And it was close enough
It was
that it
alright.
made me happy.
They put romance in, so that's what you have to expect.
Yeah.
Yeah. But gotta get that chick money.
That's right.
Yeah, we
The
like the
whipped
ladies.
money.
That's right.
We like the
The
ladies.
British ladies, yeah.
And
British ladies.
we like the money that they bring.
I do have a lot of milkshakes. They'll bring
Milkshakes.
honeys, like those type of honeys, to the
Right.
yard.
Really?
Yeah.
That is amazing. Milkshake
Really
it up.
bad. No, I'm not. I tried to make homemade ice cream the other day, and it didn't work out.
Oh,
It was
That
really
is sad.
bad.
Well, I think
It was really
that's
bad. It was essentially scrambled eggs and milk
scrambled eggs and milk.
that I tried to freeze
It'll
and
be
eat
alright.
at a later date. Like, I would have died. I would have actually died.
It'll be okay. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
So, be sure to check us out next time. Be sure to like us. Be sure to subscribe.
On the comments
In
of
the
the
comments,
areas
you should
which
talk
this
about
would be.
what movies you would like us to talk about, what movies you liked.
What movies you didn't like.
Oh, yeah. We should talk about movies we didn't
That's
like.
what, yeah, we should tear apart some movies I
Just
really
definitely.
enjoyed.
We should do spoilers and just rip a movie to shreds. But that's all for a later date. Check us out next time.